Today, I'm going to be building the tiniest base in 99 Nights in the Forest. Now, you might be wondering, I've already built the smallest base in 99 Nights in the Forest, so why am I doing it again? Well, 99 Nights just had a pretty nice update that's going to help with this, because you used to not be able to move the tents, which was a huge problem, making the base bigger than it really needed to be. But now you can move the tents too, which will allow us to make this base even smaller than we did last time. So that's why I'm calling this the tiniest base in 99 Nights in the Forest. So the goal is we're playing lumberjack, we're just going to get a bunch of wood, and instead of building log walls, I'm actually going to be using saplings, because trees are incredibly thin, so that will allow us to... Wait a second. Okay, if I do make the tiniest base, I actually don't think we'll be able to use trees, because you can't plant trees close to the campfire. Okay, so never mind. Scratch that idea. We're going to have to use log walls. We're just going to have to use them very, very close to each other. But for right now, we're getting ourselves some decent wood. We're also going to get the level 3 fire, and now let's go find ourselves a weapon. That way we'll be able to go get probably the first 2 kids, and then we'll need some kind of gun for the next 2. Gonna head up here. Always want a flashlight early on. Okay, no flashlight in here, but we will take the chest. Maybe a good sack out of here. That way I won't need to trade. All right, well actually I did get the flashlight I wanted, so that is perfect. All right, this will give us fire level 4. We also have a ton of wood, so let's get the crafting bench level 2, the regular bed, and the compass. We'll have that out for now, but because it's going to be the smallest base, I don't know if we'll have it in the final base, but we'll see. Right now I'm just kind of playing like normal, but this I think will get even smaller because this map doesn't need to be there. This bed we'll just put right here. Now let me get a quick bunny foot. There we go. Now we'll trade this for the good sack, and we're just gonna focus on getting the kids for right now, and then once we have all the kids, we do need the hammer in order to move around our base, which I think I might start making the tiniest base already. Just need the hammer, so we might build a radar just to find the anvil, but in the meantime I'm gonna hope to find it by accident while we loot. All right, got a basketball court right here. You know what this means. Jump shot 3-pointer. Okay, that was all right. Hold on. I didn't warm up. My jump shot's a little low. Jump shot 3-pointer. All right, hold on. That doesn't count. I didn't breathe on it. All right, and jump shot 3-pointer. There we go. Was not a 3-pointer though. All right, we're really close to getting fire level 5. We're just gonna use our trees to get ourselves all the way up there. All right, this should be enough. Yeah, that's way more than enough. There we go. So now all we need is the last level fire, and we're good to start building our tiny base. We've actually been doing this pretty fast, but that is good, giving us more time to focus on the base. Now let me get a crafting bench. Let me also get the crock pot. I believe should be the next. Actually, maybe the radar. I do, even though it might not be really better for getting more knights, I do want to be able to find the anvil as fast as possible. So now I just need 11 more scrap. Okay, that is very nice. Got a mythic chest on our 3rd day. So let's see what we get. Maybe a chainsaw would be nice, but then again, for this base, it is going to be small. Tactical shotgun, that'll work. We'll try to use that. Actually, we could use that on pretty much all of the animals. On the first kid... Oh, wait, we got a revolver for that. Never mind. We could use a revolver for the first 2 kids, a tactical shotgun for the next 2. So we could actually go find all the kids as soon as we have the fire level 6. Let me just loot this house, loot up a little bit more, and we'll see if we can do that fast. And we already have the giant sack. Okay, this is going to be a really good trip then. And we already got the rifle too. All right, I'm just getting everything possible in this run. That is pretty nice. Also got iron armor right here. All right, well, be a little careful when you're trying to get stuff right next to a bear. All right, we got a raid coming in. I wonder what I can do. I wonder what weapon I should use. All right, we're done. All right, let me finally actually go get my stuff. And on the way, we're also going to stop by the furniture trader, because if we have any space at all in our base, even just a tiny little bit, we do want to add furniture to use up all the space possible. We got 2 wooden tables, 3 chairs. That'll be great for another base. Very light arch, and then we'll get 2 camping chairs and the icy throne. Now we always need to get Kevin, so we'll get him the next time. Sir, I was trying to throw the basketball into the hoop and not you. I don't even need this cutscene. But sir, you are facing the wrong way. Your defense is trash. Could have scored on him right there, but I didn't in order to try and save his aura. All right, we're about halfway to fire level 6. Just gonna do some more looting. We've barely looted any of the maps so far. And then we're gonna be good to get the base finally going. We're gonna go get all 4 kids in a row pretty much. And this will not, at least I hope it won't, take as much time as our other bases, because the biggest food base took me almost 10 hours. I was expecting expecting that to take maybe 4 to 6, and even then that's a long time. But this, I don't know, we'll see how long this takes. All right, we found where the third kid is, so let's quickly take out the bears for now. That way, when we actually go get the kids, we'll save a little bit of time. But we do have 2 more fuel canisters right here. That's exactly what we're looking for. And I'm hoping for oil barrels out of these chests, because I did get one earlier, and we might only need 1 or 2 more. Defensive blueprint, we could probably find a way to use that. Hoping for an oil barrel out of here. I think with that, we'd be good to go get fire level 6. Okay, we got a strong flashlight. We actually will need that. We got a fuel canister anyway, too. Another fuel canister. Okay, we might be good on fuel now, but just in case, I'm gonna loot a little bit more. See, why can't you guys be like him? He's just wanting belly rubs, and you guys are trying to murder me. I would give you belly rubs if you didn't try to murder me, and he's not getting any belly rubs because you're also trying to murder me. It's like some of these dogs are ungrateful, and don't even get me started on him. Okay, this is interesting. This is the first time I grew my farm plots. We got 2 pumpkins and a piece of cake, so that's pretty rare, and we're also putting these really close together just so that we're keeping the smallest possible base. But now that we have a whole bunch of fuel, let's put it all into the fire, and we are just under... Okay, let me get a lightning rod real quick. We also have 100 scrap, so because scrap is not really going to be a problem, let's make a crock pot. Let's make a sundial, lightning rod, and we'll put the crock pot right here, just right next to the campfire. We're going to drop the defensive blueprint. Sundial will squeeze in somewhere right here. Lightning rod, we'll try to squeeze that right here, making everything really compact. And now I want the biofuel processor just to finish off the fire, so we'll need 1 more piece of wood, and then we'll use the rest of this wood as biofuel. So biofuel processor, also going to keep it compact, keep it right here in this space. Let's see if this probably won't be enough. Just barely under, so we'll go get some more things for that, and then we're done. We can go get the first 4 kids. We can also get the location of the anvil, get the hammer, and move around our base to make it the tiniest base possible. This isn't going to be too difficult, but I am wondering, I do want to test it out to see just how well it'll defend against cultists, because normally when you build a very big base, the cultists just kind of wait around outside, get stuck on the walls. They don't really try to come to the inside of your base. But then again, if it backfires and the super small base makes them not want to come actually inside because they feel like they're close enough already, that might also not work, but we'll have to see. All right, with this should be enough. Definitely should be enough. All right, fire is fully upgraded. We can go get all 4 kids. Let me clean up this wood pile and replant the trees as well, because we will need a bit more wood for the walls that we're going to place around the base. Not too much wood to be fair, but we'll still need some. So let's quickly scan for our anvil. That is over here. For now though, let's go start getting the kids. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to get the hammer first. That way, when we do get the kids, we can just move their tents immediately and see just what we can do with this base. All right, we got the anvil in place. Now we just need 5 scraps. We got our first one right here. We got 3 more right here with the old radio, and a little bit more with the broken fan right here. Now we just need our 5 wood. All right, there we go. So now we can go get the kids, but first let me eat some food, and then we're gonna make this base insanely small. I'm thinking that the log wall we're gonna place around the base, it's gonna be going through the tents, so the tents are pretty much gonna be poking out of the base. All right, it's now daytime. First kid is this way. We already know where the third kid is, so we might be able to go get all 3 kids pretty quick. First kid is safe. Now let's go get the second kid. Second kid is safe. Now for the third kid, we can go get him just in the middle of the night because we're just gonna be running and we shouldn't have too much trouble. All right, we do have the deer chasing us, but we do have the third kid, and as long as you use the control lock or shift lock, it's very easy to just turn around, shine the light at the deer, and you can make it pretty much anywhere all night as long as you have enough battery. All right, so today or tomorrow we're gonna go get the 4th kid, which should be very easy with attack, and then we'll have all 4 kids. And you see how far out they are right now? Just using the hammer and picking up the tents, we could put them way closer, making this base way smaller, because you can see this is already a decent sized base with all the kids, but if we move the tents, we're gonna make it tiny. All right, should be the last bear right here, and now we're good to go in. We have all 4 kids on day 21. Now we haven't built all the beds, but we did build 1 bed, and we got a mythic chest down here. I think it might be a guaranteed mythic chest from now on for when you get the 4th kid. And we got the chainsaw. That'll actually be useful for right now. We won't need it too much, but it is a lot more helpful than the riot shield. And there we go. All 4 kids are safe. So let's figure out just how small we can make this base by first picking up absolutely everything we have and putting it off into piles. So for right now, we're gonna put our stews into a pile just so we have more inventory space, then our bandages, and now let's try to pick up everything. We'll grab the tents, grab the crock pot, farm plots, sundial, regular bed, compass, map, lightning rod, biofuel processor, radar, and I think that's everything. So technically this is the tiniest base, but we want to have the kids in it too. So let's see what we could do. How close, and I mean it, how ridiculously close can we place these tents? Into the campfire. This is straight up in the campfire, but what will be better is if we put the kids' tents in this area right here, because there's already going to be a gap between the crafting table and the campfire. We can't really do much about that, but what we can do is place these tents ridiculously close together, just like this. All right, there we go. All 4 kids are probably gonna be very cozy at night. Yeah, we'll call it cozy because they're right next to and maybe slightly inside of a literal fire. I think they'll be fine though. So this is already ridiculously small. Now let's try to just shove whatever we can in this gap right here, whatever is absolutely necessary. Like the sundial, we want that. The map, we could put it inside of this stuff almost, just like right here. We could put the compass right in here, kind of shove it inside of the sundial. Lightning rod, we could also put very close. Regular bed, can we like fit that right here? Yeah, we can. Just like this. Biofuel processor, we do not need that right now. Radar, we also won't need, but I do want to have a farm in this base as well. So we're gonna have to figure out some way to do this. We could do some right here, and then maybe we could fit. Yeah, we can fit one more right here. For the crock pot, we're just gonna try to find anywhere possible. Oh, whoop, yep, there's space right there. It's going right there. All right, this is going pretty good. Now we're actually getting raided, so sadly I won't be able to see what it's like when we have the walls, but so far we have a pretty nice base. All right, guys, if you would like to rent this apartment, it's actually the exact replica of a New York apartment. The rent is only $6,000 a month, so if you'd like that cheap of a price, make sure you message us quickly because this stuff is selling out pretty fast. Murdering me, however, will not get you the apartment, so I'd appreciate if you would stop trying to do that. All right, so I think the next thing that we should do is bring all of our food into the base where we're gonna have the walls, just so that we are not wasting any space. We'll put it up top here. I'm wondering how many walls is it actually gonna take to finish this base? It's not gonna be much. We'll put these 25 logs in here. I'm thinking maybe 10 to 12 walls, which will be about 120 to 144 wood. Put another 25 logs in, then we're gonna replant these just in case we need any more wood. But let's see what we can do so far. We have about 70 wood to work with. So let's see. I want these walls to be very closely placed. So this seems to be about as close as we can get. So now let's cut it in even more right here. Cut it in as close as possible. Then we'll cut this in. It's not that easy, but we'll do that. Then we'll do as close as we can right here, where we have that one log kind of poking out from this wall right here. Get it as close as possible. Then we got another wall right here. Farm plot sticking out. And actually, I think we only need 2 more walls and we have officially the tiniest base. I'm also gonna pick up one of these walls, which should be this one, or maybe this one will be better. So we could put this one back here, so that way we at least have a door going into the base that looks very nice. Yep, we're only gonna need one last wall, so let's just get a little bit more wood. Actually, I might already have enough. Yep, we already have enough, and that is complete. Now I wonder what else can we do to this base to make it just a little bit nicer. Let's go see. Where's my radar at? Oh, there is a spot. Okay, if it fits, we're putting it in here. The biofuel processor, there is also a spot for this. You're never gonna know when you just randomly need biofuel. Now I'm wondering how much stuff can we actually fit in this tiniest base. Let's try to figure that out. Wait a second. The furniture trader's back, so we're gonna go talk to him. But we do have furniture. So I'm wondering how much furniture can we fit inside this base? We gotta get Kevin. Always gotta get Kevin. We're gonna get Nemo too. Get some flowers. Those will probably fit in somewhere. Blue signpost and camping chairs. These other things probably won't fit. But let's see exactly what we can do with this base. Let's see. We're gonna start with the bluebells. These will definitely fit somewhere. They have to. We're gonna put a bluebell right at the entrance of the base. Just letting you know that we keep things nice and tidy right here. Fishbowl can go in right there. There's actually a decent amount of space back there. Can we put another bluebell? That is the question. I don't think so. Now we gotta find room for... Okay, room for Kevin is probably back there. Let's see. All right, yeah, there is room right here. Can I put another bluebell down? Maybe. Maybe there's like a pixel of green we could find. Just trying to... Oh, wait, I did. I saw it. Hold up. Yeah, okay, we're good. That's nice. Let's see if we can put any camping chairs down. Dude, I can't even see the floor anymore. Let's see. Can we put a blue signpost down anywhere? Wait, I saw something. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Another piece of furniture placed down. We do need Kevin's seat. So I'm wondering how in the... Wait, I saw it. Hold up. I saw something. Wait, it's right. Dude, there we go. Kevin has his seat in here as well. Now, colorful fairy lights arch to invite you into to our beautiful base. Want to get a wooden chair in here as well. That might fit somewhere. Maybe this corner. Doesn't seem like it. Is there anything anywhere that I haven't checked yet? Maybe even between the radar and the crafting bench, but I don't think so. I think we might have filled this thing to the actually, maybe there's a spot right there for something. Are there any more flowers? It doesn't seem like it. So for now, this is the base full of furniture, but we're not done. No, this is the tiniest base, but also the most efficient base. We are gonna fill this with scrap. I want to have scrap going over the brim. I want to have overflow of scrap. I want to be the most rich person in the world because I'm spending less money per month on rent. Only $6,000 a month. We're getting raided tonight. So let me head back to the base and we'll see how this works. All right, they're getting closer to the base. Now, let me actually go find where my defensive blueprint is. Okay, it's back here. We're gonna try to place it without dying right out front like here. Then we'll place the second one and the third one. Okay, didn't get that great of a placement, but now let me actually get inside my base and see if I'm safe. Okay, he can jump over walls and now he's trying to kill me, but I think I'm safe so far. I'm not dying. Oh, okay, I'm dying. All right, so it seems like they can just jump over my wall, so that's not that great, but we'll see. So for now, I do have a decent amount of fuel. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dump everything in the base and the fuel should instantly burn, but all the scrap shouldn't. And I'm also dying. That is not, that's, okay, I'm just gonna use a Robux. Well, everybody knows that Robux solves hunger. No! You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I meant to revive and I clicked play again. Well, this sucks. So, man, that was gonna be so fun to fill that base up. But thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on this video right here.